All right, so day number 11 of this vlog series, and today I want to talk about why making money online is basically easier than playing video games. And I'm saying that because during my life I play video games probably more than I actually worked. And I think most of us have played a video game here and there, either Mario, maybe, if we are millennials, or let's say the newer games, Fortnite, which honestly I haven't played, so I'm not really up to date. After Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, probably I didn't really play that much, but I played a lot of FIFA because I'm from Europe, and like every European out there, soccer, football is a big thing. And of course, over time, you do get to know players, and it is one of the better sports out there, honestly, because it is a team sport. And I would say that in most cases, in team sports, you actually learn about chemistry, and this is something that helps you in business as well. And coming back to why I think in general making money online is much easier than playing video games is because they are very similar if you think about it, right? Especially nowadays when you can work remotely. Think of a game like World of Warcraft, right? Versus starting a YouTube channel or starting an online business. It is to some extent the same, meaning that you start with a low level, with not much power, items, and so on, but then you have to progress the story and actually learn those things. And there is, however, one big difference between the two that unfortunately makes most people, I would say, not maximize their life as much as they can. And that's the fact that with video games, you can see your stats, right? Like someone made that game and they are showing you the stats, like what's your attack, what's your defense. And you can see the items, right? So there are so many things. So it's a controlled environment, right? However, in our life, we don't really have that, unfortunately, meaning that let's say that you might have your bank account, right? But for example, you don't really have an emotional meter, let's say, right? You don't have your health meter. It's like, do I feel good today? Yeah, kind of, but is it 50 out of 100? Is it 70 out of 100? And this is where experience does matter, right? Because let me tell you a story here. So last night, after a while, I added something new to my meal. So usually during dinner, I have meat, so protein. I have some tomato sauce because otherwise the food would be too dry, and then I have some green beans. So usually protein and some leafy vegetables, some kind of vegetables, right? That's a good mix. And last night, because I had some avocado at home and it was almost going bad, I decided to eat it, right? And I haven't done it in a few weeks, right? I eat it sporadically. And after eating it, it's not necessarily that I felt bad or anything, but I did have a harder time digesting it, first of all, last night. Like I felt being slightly more bloated. And today, for most of the day, I was actually kind of dehydrated. And I think that's because it has more potassium and it unbalanced the electrolytes overall, right? Because you have like magnesium, potassium, and sodium, and you need to balance them out, right? But we're not getting into nutrition right now. But the main point is that you can really see that during your day-to-day, right? And you can see that if you're, let's say, a 7 out of 10 today, if tomorrow maybe you're a 10 out of 10, which is probably impossible, right? In terms of like efficiency, how you feel, how your life is going, right? And as we know, like life is like a roller coaster. There are so many variables. But personally, I do take care of as much as possible. So for example, with nutrition, I found what works for me. I'm eating the same fucking things. Like, I'm not making things more complicated. And I'm sharing here because, like, I'm pretty passionate about this stuff, meaning that if you find something that works, why would you change it? You know, like, I can understand diversity. I can understand that. And like, even I add, as you can see, avocado, even though it didn't do me any good, right? So I do take bad decisions as well. But sometimes it's like, you know, something is not going to help you, but you still do it, right? So, I mean, those are just bad decisions. For example, I do have some family members where they know they can't eat some things, but they still eat them. So when I hear that and they tell me that they are not feeling good, I can't even say anything. I mean, you know, it's just like, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say nothing. Because it's like, yeah, should I be Captain Obvious or just not say anything, you know? Because I do want to see progress in most cases. And I think all of us want to see progress, right? Because, for example, if you see progress in your finances, right, you feel better. And if you feel better about that, then you can focus on other things. So you move on from that thing, right? Same with relationships. That's why I think most people want to have a healthy relationship with one person, right? Because then you don't have to worry about other people, and you can hear almost anyone who is in a happy relationship that after they started one and decided that they want to commit to it. Wait, I just pressed the wrong button. Oh, right, we're back. So I think this is the first time I'm pressing the wrong button out here. But most people will say that they are, let's say, more content, happier, when they don't have to think about other possibilities out there, you know. And it's the same with anything. Like, if you don't try to solve some of the things in your life, right, you'll always have those as challenges, right? Like, if you don't solve your money problem, you'll always have a money problem. If you don't solve your friend's problem, you'll have a friend's problem. If you don't solve your relationship, or I don't know, your lust, whatever, you'll have that problem. If you don't solve your mindset, right? There are so many things that you can solve, and basically that's why all of them are just like a video game. They are all things that you can control. They are just like skills, or yeah, you can think of them as maybe even stages of life, because it depends how you want to think of things. But overall, why am I saying, to come back to the initial subject, why am I saying that it's actually easier than a video game? Because how much do you spend on a video game? You can spend hundreds of hours or thousands, right? And at the same time, you wouldn't spend that on working or on business. And that's why I've gotten used right now to actually enjoy the game of business more, because I have, let's say, the right environment, meaning that right now I can see when something is an enjoyable activity or when it's not, right? And for example, even when it's not an enjoyable activity, let me give you an example. For example, when I have a call, tomorrow I have a call. It's like a proposal I need to make for a brand. And basically, calls are not my thing, meaning that I would prefer to just strategize, look at some data and stuff like that. However, most of us are social, and even introverts in most cases, they do enjoy talking with the right people. So right now, that hour of talking with someone is not a big deal, because I remember the week has 80 hours. And that conversation, if we start collaborating, means, let's say, 3K right away, because it's a higher ticket, right? I was talking about high ticket in the previous video. And if it's recurring for maybe a year, it's like 36K, you know, just for 1 hour conversation. So there are small moments in time when you face the boss, just like in the video game, right? But in order to be prepared when you face that battle, you definitely need to work on your skills, right? So talking, being enthusiastic. And I mean, these are not black and white, meaning that it depends. Like, you don't have to be enthusiastic necessarily, but in most cases it might help, right? Because you transfer energy. I mean, if you want something, then you'll give that energy out, right? And most of us actually do need energy, right? We do need someone who leads, someone who gives us confidence, someone who wants the best for us. And this is what I would say business is, right? The fact that you can work with someone and basically help them either save time, make more money, right? So I know this video is getting longer, but right now I just want to point out that there's not much of a difference between video games and business. You just have to follow a set of steps. Unfortunately, there are enough, I would say, guides out there, and there are also step-by-step tutorials, right? Just like right now, you can hear me talk, right? It's the same on almost any other topic. This is just a comparison, right? So this is more like a motivational video, but in most cases, like, you can find out whatever you want. How to open an LLC, how to open a Go High Level account, how to make your website, how to do Facebook ads, Google ads, how to. So there are so many things that you can learn, but you just have to put in the time, right? So right now I'm going home. I'll need to check in on some brands, on their ads, if they are working well, if they need improvements. And think of it like this: it's small steps. 5% improvement on $100 is $5. On 1 million, it's 50K. And you only get to higher levels if you put in the time, energy, right? It's just like a video game. You progress, just like in World of Warcraft, if you've ever played it. However, I would say that's about it. I hope this camera has struck my face well here, because I've seen it all over the place, but at least the audio should be fine. However, that's basically it for this day, and see you tomorrow.